Welcome to the Wandering Mind, a quiet space for curious thinkers. Here we explore science, philosophy, history, and the mysteries of existence. So, find somewhere comfortable, let your thoughts drift, and allow the world to fall away.
In the quiet embrace of twilight, as the world around us begins to soften and the pace of the day yields to tranquility, we find ourselves on the cusp of an extraordinary journey. It is a journey not bound by the limitations of time or place, but guided by the whispers of history that echo through the vast corridors of our imagination. We invite you now to wander with us through the mists of time, to explore the enigmatic stories of ancient civilizations and the lost cities they left behind, each with its own tale, each a silent witness to the eons that have drifted by like the gentle turning of a page. As we embark on this exploration, let us imagine ourselves as travelers of old, standing upon the threshold of discovery. Our minds become vessels that sail across the oceans of time, tracing the delicate patterns woven by the hands of those who came long before us. With each step, we traverse the landscapes of antiquity, vast deserts where the wind carries secrets in its breath, dense jungles that hide ruins beneath their verdant canopies, and majestic mountains that stand as timeless sentinels over the lands below. In these places, the remnants of bygone eras lie scattered like pearls upon the fabric of history. They speak to us in a language of stone and shadow, a language learned by scholars and dreamers alike. These ancient sites, once vibrant with life, now exist as echoes, their stories waiting patiently to be heard by those who are willing to listen with quiet curiosity. Consider for a moment the city of Ur, where the Sumerians laid the foundations of civilization amidst the fertile plains of Mesopotamia. Picture the ziggurat rising majestically against the sky, a staircase to the heavens where the ancients sought to commune with their gods. Or imagine the bustling streets of Carthage, its harbors teeming with merchants and explorers, as the Phoenicians carved their indelible mark upon the Mediterranean world. Each city a tapestry of human endeavor, innovation, and the relentless pursuit of knowledge. As we wander further back through the annals of time, we encounter the mystery-shrouded ruins of Göbekli Tepe, a place that predates even the pyramids of Egypt. Here, amidst the intricately carved pillars, we find evidence of a society whose understanding of the cosmos was both profound and enigmatic. What stories did they tell as they gathered around their sacred stones, and what visions of the universe did they hold within their minds? These ancient civilizations offer us a glimpse into the boundless creativity and curiosity of the human spirit. They remind us that we are all part of an unbroken chain, a lineage of dreamers and builders who have gazed upon the stars and sought to understand their place within the grand tapestry of existence. As we pause to reflect on these wonders, we consider the ephemeral nature of our own lives, set against the backdrop of eternity. The cities of old may have crumbled to dust, yet their influence endures, shaping the contours of our world in ways both seen and unseen. We inherit their legacies, their triumphs, and their lessons as we continue our own journey through the ages. And so, with hearts open and minds attuned to the whispers of the past, we embark on this gentle exploration of ancient civilizations and their lost cities. As we delve deeper into the stories etched in the sands of time, let us find solace in the knowledge that we are indeed part of something far greater than ourselves, a story that began long before us and will continue long after we are gone. With this perspective, we take our first steps into the past, allowing the gentle pull of history to guide us forward into the mysteries that await.
In the quiet embrace of a time long past, there lies a cradle where humanity first began to weave the intricate tapestry of civilization. This cradle, known to us as Mesopotamia, is nestled between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, a land of gentle fertility and subtle abundance. It is here, in the heart of the Fertile Crescent, that the early chapters of our shared story unfurl. The very name Mesopotamia, derived from ancient Greek, means between rivers, a simple yet profound testament to the waterways that bestowed life upon this arid landscape. As we wander through this region, let us imagine the whispering of reeds along riverbanks, the soft rustle of barley and wheat swaying in the mild breeze, and the distant murmur of market traders exchanging goods in bustling towns that dotted the plains like scattered seeds. These rivers were lifelines, flowing endlessly over centuries, nurturing the soil and the societies that grew from it. The Tigris and Euphrates, with their seasonal flooding, laid down rich silt upon which the first farmers sowed their crops, thus setting the stage for the dawn of agriculture. In this fertile land, the early humans began to settle, transforming from nomadic wanderers into communities rooted in place. This shift from transient existence to settled life was gradual, like the slow turning of a wheel, marking a profound transformation in the human journey. Here, they built the first cities, places like Uruk and Ur, which rose like mirages from the desert sands, their ziggurats reaching skyward in homage to gods who gazed down from the heavens. These cities were vibrant hubs of innovation and cultural exchange. It was in Mesopotamia that humanity first began to write its own story, quite literally, through the development of cuneiform script. Picture, if you will, the careful inscribing of wedge-shaped marks on clay tablets, each symbol a key unlocking the vast potential of recorded history. This was no mere utilitarian invention, it was an artistic expression, a means to communicate across the ages, conveying stories, laws, and transactions. Among the myriad contributions of Mesopotamian civilization, the creation of the wheel stands as a testament to human ingenuity. Imagine the simplicity of its form and the profound impact it had, revolutionizing transport and trade, allowing ideas and goods to flow as freely as the rivers themselves. It was here, too, that the seeds of mathematics and astronomy were sown, as ancient scholars gazed at the stars, seeking to understand the celestial dance that governed the cycles of nature. The people of Mesopotamia, with their pantheon of deities, saw the divine in every aspect of the world around them. The sun god Shamash, the moon god Sin, and the goddess of love and war, Inanna, inhabited their myths, each embodying the forces that shaped their lives. These stories, passed down through generations, offered explanations for the mysteries of existence and provided a framework for understanding the universe. As we stroll through the annals of Mesopotamian history, we encounter rulers like Hammurabi, whose code of laws carved into stone stands as one of the earliest examples of legal systems designed to maintain order and justice within society.
Envision the care with which these edicts were etched, each stroke a promise of fairness and civility amid the complexities of growing urban life. The architecture of Mesopotamia, with its grand palaces and towering ziggurats, was a reflection of the society's aspirations and beliefs. These structures, built from sun-baked bricks, stood against the passage of time, silent witnesses to the ebb and flow of human endeavor. The ziggurats, with their stepped pyramidal form, were not only centers of worship, but also symbols of the connection between earth and sky, the mortal and the divine. Yet, despite the advancements and achievements, life in Mesopotamia was not without its challenges. The unpredictable floods of the Tigris and Euphrates could bring both bounty and destruction, demanding respect and adaptation from those who lived along their banks. The ever-present threat of invasion from neighboring regions also served as a constant reminder of the fragility of human constructs against the tides of history. In reflecting upon Mesopotamia, we see a civilization that laid the groundwork for so many aspects of modern life. Their innovations in governance, writing, and agriculture resonate through time, echoing in the foundations of contemporary society. As we draw this chapter to a close, let us pause to appreciate the quiet wonder of Mesopotamia, a place where humanity first learned to build, to write, to dream. It is a testament to the enduring spirit of human curiosity and creativity, a cradle that, even in its silence, continues to sing the story of civilization. As we drift gently along the banks of the mighty Nile, the river's ancient waters whisper tales of a civilization that once flourished in its nurturing embrace. The sun, with its golden glow, casts a serene light across the landscape, revealing the timeless beauty of Egypt, the land of the Pharaohs. Here, amidst the shifting sands and fertile delta, history unfurls like a tapestry woven with threads of mystery and majesty. The Nile, the longest river in the world, is more than just a geographical feature. It is the lifeline that fostered an empire. Stretching over 4,000 miles, it flows with a quiet dignity, linking past to present and drawing us into its spell. It is said that ancient Egyptians revered the Nile as a god, a benevolent deity that bestowed life-giving waters upon a land otherwise dominated by arid deserts. The annual inundation, so predictable and yet so miraculous, transformed parched earth into a verdant haven, nurturing crops that sustained a civilization for millennia. As we wander further into the heart of Egypt, the pyramids rise in the distance, their silhouettes stark against the azure sky. These monumental structures, crafted with astounding precision, stand as testaments to human ingenuity and ambition. The Great Pyramid of Giza, the largest of them all, was constructed as a tomb for Pharaoh Khufu, and its enduring presence invites contemplation. How did a civilization with tools so seemingly rudimentary achieve such architectural mastery? The construction of the pyramids remains one of history's most captivating enigmas. Theories abound, ranging from simple ramps and levers to complex systems of counterweights. Yet, in the absence of conclusive evidence, we are left to marvel at the mystery, each stone whispering secrets of an ancient world. Standing at the base of these colossal monuments, one cannot help but feel the weight of time. The pyramids, with their precise alignment to the stars, reflect the Egyptians' profound understanding of the cosmos. They were not mere tombs, but celestial stairways, guiding the souls of the departed pharaohs to the heavens. This celestial connection speaks of a belief system deeply intertwined with the rhythms of the universe, a testament to the Egyptians' desire to transcend the earthly realm. The pharaohs themselves were seen as divine intermediaries, standing between the gods and humanity. Their rule was not merely political, but sacred, and their legacy is etched into the very stones of their monumental edifices. The hieroglyphs that adorn the temple walls offer glimpses into their world, a pictorial script that, once deciphered, revealed stories of gods and mortals, triumphs and tribulations. Consider the tale of Pharaoh Akhenaten, who dared to challenge the pantheon of traditional gods by elevating Aten, the sun disk, above all others. His reign marked a revolutionary shift in religious ideology, a fleeting moment of monotheism in a land steeped in polytheistic tradition. Yet his vision was short-lived, and the old gods were soon restored, reminding us of the enduring power of tradition. Amidst these narratives, the role of the Nile remains ever-present. It was along its banks that cities thrived and the rhythms of daily life unfolded. The river was both a highway and a provider, bearing witness to the passage of time. The annual flooding, though destructive at times, was a revered event, celebrated as the bringing of life itself. As we meander through this landscape of wonder, the sands of time shift beneath our feet, carrying us into the realm of the Valley of the Kings. Here, beneath the earth, lie the tombs of the pharaohs, hidden treasures that speak of a civilization's quest for immortality. The discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb, untouched by grave robbers, offered a rare glimpse into the opulent world of the ancient Egyptians. Gold and lapis lazuli adorned the boy king in death, a testament to the wealth and artistry of his people. Yet, beyond the grandeur and mystery, there lies a deeper connection between the Egyptians and their land. Theirs was a civilization attuned to the natural world, guided by the cycles of the sun and the floodwaters of the Nile. In this delicate balance, they found harmony, crafting a society that has left an indelible mark on the sands of time. In the quietude of the desert night, as the stars twinkle like distant gems, we are reminded of the Egyptians' enduring legacy. Their stories, etched in stone and whispered by the wind, continue to inspire wonder and curiosity. As we journey through this land of the pharaohs, we are invited to ponder the mysteries of a world both ancient and eternal, where the past and present converge in a timeless dance along the banks of the Nile. In the gentle embrace of the Indian South Continent, where the land meets the tender caress of the Arabian Sea, lies the Indus Valley, a whisper of a civilization long past. This was a place where the rhythm of ancient lives moved in harmony with the ebb and flow of the mighty river that granted it its name. The Indus River, like a timeless storyteller, meandered through the plains, nurturing a society whose quiet grandeur still echoes through time. The Indus Valley civilization, flourishing over 4,000 years ago, was among the world's earliest cradles of urban life. Yet, unlike the more boisterous and well-documented histories of Egypt and Mesopotamia, the legacy of the Indus remains wrapped in a gentle shroud of mystery. What we know of them emerges not from the pages of written record, for their script remains undeciphered, but from the enduring stone and clay of their cities' remains. Let us picture a day in this serene society. The rising sun casts its golden light over the vast expanse of the Indus Plains, illuminating the neatly laid bricks of Harappa and Mohenjo-Daro. These cities, with their remarkably advanced infrastructure, reveal a people of great ingenuity. Streets were organized in a precise grid pattern, suggesting an understanding of urban planning that was ahead of its time. Homes were equipped with sophisticated drainage systems, a testament to their commitment to hygiene and health, a silent nod to their respect for the natural world and their own well-being. As we wander through these ancient streets in our minds, we might pause to listen to the sounds of daily life. The gentle hum of voices, the rhythmic clatter of potters at their wheels, shaping the very earth into vessels of everyday utility and artistry. The scent of earthen kilns mingles with that of spices from distant lands, carried by traders who navigated the waters and pathways to bring their wares to the bustling markets. In this society, it seems, there was no singular ruler or a dominant class to dictate the course of their civilization. Instead, the Indus Valley people appear to have thrived through collective effort and a shared vision of a harmonious community. There is a certain egalitarianism that whispers from the uniformity of their residential structures, suggesting a societal balance where hierarchy was perhaps less pronounced than in contemporaneous cultures. Though their language eludes us, their artistry speaks volumes. Intricately carved seals, often depicting animals both real and mythical, provide a glimpse into their spiritual beliefs and daily life. These small yet significant artifacts serve as vessels of communication across the ages, connecting us to the dreams and stories of a society that valued both the mundane and the mystical. The Indus Valley civilization was also a society in tune with the natural rhythms of the earth. The ebb and flow of the river dictated the cycle of life, from the sowing of seeds to the harvests that fed their people. This intimate relationship with nature was mirrored in their architecture, which embraced the elements rather than sought to dominate them. Their homes were designed to catch the cooling breezes of summer and to shield against the chill of winter, a testament to their adaptability and respect for the environment. Yet, as with all great societies, the passage of time brought change. The decline of the Indus Valley civilization remains an enigma, a gentle reminder of the impermanence that touches all things. Some suggest that shifting river patterns, perhaps the result of tectonic movements, altered the landscape upon which their lives depended. Others point to the gradual depletion of resources, or the arrival of new peoples who brought with them different ways of life. Whatever the cause, the Indus Valley's quiet departure from history invites us to ponder the delicate balance upon which civilizations are built. As we reflect on the legacy of the Indus, we are reminded of the quiet power of a society that thrived not through conquest or domination, but through a harmonious relationship with its environment and a commitment to the common good. Their story, though fragmented and incomplete, offers a gentle wisdom that there is strength in community, resilience in adaptability, and beauty in living in concert with the world around us. And so, the legacy of the Indus endures, not as a forgotten tale, but as a gentle reminder of the quiet strength that lies within us all. Imagine, if you will, the gentle caress of a Mediterranean breeze as it sweeps across the undulating hills of Crete, an island steeped in mystery and antiquity. Here, amidst a landscape that echoes with the soft whispers of olive groves and the distant lullaby of the Aegean Sea, we find ourselves in the land of the Minoans, a civilization both enigmatic and captivating in its splendor. The Minoans, like a tapestry woven with threads of myth and reality, offer us a glimpse into a world that flourished over 3.5 millennia ago. It is here, on this serene island, that the Minoans crafted a society whose echoes have reached through the ages, inviting us to ponder what life might have been like in those halcyon days. Our journey begins in Knossos, the heart of the Minoan world, where the ruins of a magnificent palace complex rise from the earth like ancient sentinels. These structures, a testament to the Minoans' architectural prowess, speak of a people who mastered the art of building long before many of their contemporaries. The walls, adorned with frescoes depicting vibrant scenes of nature and ritual, tell stories of a society that revered beauty and harmony. Unlike the more martial cultures that surrounded them, the Minoans appear to have lived in a state of relative peace. Their art and artifacts reveal a society more concerned with trade and the arts than with conquest and war. It is this aspect of the Minoans that intrigues scholars and dreamers alike, a civilization that thrived without the shadow of conflict looming large over its achievements. As we wander through the remnants of Minoan architecture, we are drawn to the labyrinthine corridors and enigmatic symbols etched into the stone. It is easy to see how the myth of the Minotaur, a creature of the labyrinth, might have taken root in the imagination of later cultures. The labyrinth was said to house a beast born of myth, yet here, in the quiet solitude of these ruins, we find only the echoes of human endeavor and creativity. The daily life of the Minoans, as revealed through archaeological findings, suggests a society deeply connected to the natural world. Their art features dolphins leaping joyfully through azure seas and lilies swaying gently in the breeze. It is a world where the sea was not just a barrier, but a conduit, a highway of trade and communication with distant lands. Through this maritime network, the Minoans exchanged goods and ideas, their influence rippling out across the ancient world. One cannot speak of the Minoans without pondering the mystery of their language. The script known as Linear A remains undeciphered, a tantalizing enigma that keeps the full story of the Minoans just beyond our grasp. It is said that language shapes the way we think, and so one wonders what thoughts and ideas were encapsulated within those enigmatic symbols. What poetry or wisdom might have flowed from the pens of Minoan scribes? As we delve deeper into the heart of Crete, we encounter the sacred spaces of the Minoans, caves and mountaintops where they communed with their gods. These places, shrouded in mystery and reverence, speak of a spirituality that was deeply personal and connected to the rhythms of the earth. One can almost hear the distant echoes of hymns carried on the wind, a reminder of a time when the divine was woven into the very fabric of daily life. The decline of the Minoans remains a subject of speculation and intrigue. Some suggest natural disasters, such as the catastrophic eruption of Thera, modern-day Santorini, played a role. Others point to external pressures from Mycenaean Greeks. Yet, as with so much of their history, the truth is elusive, a puzzle waiting to be pieced together. In contemplating the Minoans, we are left with a sense of wonder at their achievements and a poignant reminder of the transient nature of human civilization. Theirs was a world that blended art, trade, and spirituality into a harmonious existence. Yet it is a world that vanished, leaving behind only traces for us to discover. As we let our imaginations wander through the sun-dappled ruins of Crete, we find ourselves contemplating not just the past, but our own place in the tapestry of time. The Minoans, with their quiet elegance and enduring mystery, invite us to reflect on the beauty of creation, the fragility of civilization, and the timeless allure of the unknown. In the gentle embrace of this ancient land, we find a moment of peace, a pause in the rush of modern life, where history whispers softly and the mind is free to wander.
In the verdant embrace of Mesoamerica, where the thick canopy of the jungle forms a living tapestry of green, lie the remnants of ancient cities that whisper stories of splendor and enigma. Here, amid the calls of exotic birds and the distant roar of howler monkeys, the Maya and the Aztecs once flourished, crafting civilizations that defy the passing of time. Our journey begins with the Maya, whose cities rise like emerald isles amidst an ocean of vegetation. Tikal, one of the grandest of their city-states, emerges from the mist like a vision from a dream. Towering pyramids punctuate the skyline, their stone faces etched with hieroglyphs that sing of kings and gods, of time and the cosmos. The Maya were masters of time, their calendars intricately woven with the cycles of the stars. They saw the universe as a grand celestial clock, and their priests the keepers of its rhythm. Stepping further into the shadows of the jungle, we find ourselves in Palenque, a city shrouded in mystery and legend. Here, the Temple of the Inscriptions stands as a testament to the Maya's architectural genius. Within its sacred chambers lies the tomb of Pakal the Great, a king who ascended to the heavens in the guise of the maize god. The walls are adorned with carvings that depict the journey of the soul through the underworld, a reminder of the Maya's deep spiritual connection to the cycles of life and death. These cities were not mere collections of stone structures, they were vibrant centers of culture and intellect. The Maya developed a written language, a system of mathematics that included the concept of zero long before it appeared in other parts of the world, and advances in astronomy that allowed them to predict solar eclipses with remarkable accuracy. It is said that their understanding of the cosmos rivaled that of ancient Greece, yet it was expressed through the unique lens of their own mythology and worldview. As we traverse the jungles further north, the scene shifts to the highlands of central Mexico, where the Aztecs built their own city of wonders. Tenochtitlan, the heart of the Aztec Empire, was a marvel of engineering and urban planning. Situated on an island in the middle of Lake Texcoco, its canals and causeways shimmered under the sun, reflecting a city that seemed to float upon the water. The Aztecs, like the Maya, were deeply connected to their environment and the divine forces they believed shaped their world. Their city was dominated by the Templo Mayor, a grand pyramid dedicated to the gods Huitzilopochtli and Tlaloc. It was here that the Aztecs performed rituals to ensure the favor of the gods, rituals that have often been misunderstood and misrepresented through the lens of history. Yet, beneath the grandeur of their cities, both the Maya and the Aztecs grappled with the challenges posed by their environment. The dense jungles of the Maya concealed their cities so well that many remained hidden from the modern world until the 20th century.
while the Aztecs contended with the difficulties of sustaining a large population on an island. Such challenges perhaps contributed to the eventual decline of these civilizations, leaving behind ruins that nature has reclaimed. As we wander these ancient sites, we are reminded of the fleeting nature of human endeavor, yet also of the enduring legacy of those who came before us. The cities of the Maya and Aztecs, though now silent, continue to inspire wonder and curiosity. They are a testament to the ingenuity, resilience, and creativity of humanity, even as they remain partially obscured by the creeping vines and thick foliage of the jungle. In the quiet moments as dusk settles over these ancient stones, one can almost hear the echoes of a past that once thrummed with life and vitality. The jungle, in its timeless whisper, tells us that though the cities may be lost, the spirit of those who built them endures, carried on the wings of memory and the whispers of the wind.
As we journey upward into the rarefied air of the Andes, we find ourselves amidst a landscape that seems almost otherworldly. Here, the air is thin, and the mountains rise like ancient sentinels, their peaks often shrouded in a gentle mist. It is in this remote yet breathtaking setting that the Incas, one of the most remarkable civilizations of the ancient world, etched their existence into the very fabric of the earth. The Incas were masters of their environment, a testament to human adaptability and ingenuity. At altitudes where the air is crisp and the sky seems close enough to touch, they built an empire that stretched across much of western South America. Their domain, known as Tawantinsuyu, or the Land of the Four Quarters, was a web of cultures and peoples intricately connected by a network of roads and a shared ideology. Imagine, if you will, the famed city of Machu Picchu, perched high above the Urubamba River. This architectural wonder is a harmonious blend of natural beauty and human craftsmanship. The Incas constructed it without the aid of iron tools or the wheel, relying instead on their deep understanding of the land. They employed a technique called ashlar masonry, precisely fitting stones together without the use of mortar. This method allowed their structures to withstand the frequent tremors and shifts of the earth, a silent testament to their architectural genius. The Incas' relationship with their environment was not merely one of survival, but of reverence and symbiosis. Their agricultural practices exemplified this harmony. On the steep slopes of the Andes, they carved out agricultural terraces, or andenes, transforming the rugged terrain into a series of stepped gardens. These terraces not only prevented soil erosion, but also created microclimates suitable for different crops. Potatoes, maize, and quinoa flourished under their care, nourished by a sophisticated irrigation system that channeled water from glacial streams. Perhaps the most striking aspect of Incan agriculture was their keen sense of ecological stewardship. They cultivated a vast array of crop varieties, a practice that ensured resilience against pests and climate fluctuations. Their knowledge of plant breeding and seed selection was advanced, allowing them to develop hardy strains that could thrive at varying altitudes. Such wisdom, passed down through generations, was a cornerstone of their ability to sustain a large population in a challenging environment. The Incas' innovations extended beyond agriculture. Their road system, the Capac Ñan, spanned over 25,000 miles and connected the empire from the frigid Andean heights to the lush Amazonian lowlands.
This network facilitated the movement of armies, goods, and information across vast distances. It was a feat of engineering that rivaled even the fabled roads of Rome, yet it was achieved with a deep respect for the natural world, as the routes were carefully integrated with the landscape. Communication across such distances was accomplished through a network of messengers known as chasquis. These fleet-footed runners carried quipus, intricately knotted cords used to record information. The quipus represented an ingenious method of data storage and transmission, encoding numerical information and even narratives. Though their full meaning remains a tantalizing mystery to us today, they stand as a symbol of the Incas' intellectual prowess. The spiritual life of the Incas was equally intertwined with our environment. They worshipped Inti, the sun god, whom they believed to be the divine ancestor of their emperor, the Sapa Inca. This connection to the celestial was reflected in their festivals and ceremonies, which marked the cycles of the sun and the agricultural calendar. The Temple of the Sun in Cusco, with its walls adorned in gold, was the spiritual heart of the empire, a place where the earthly and the divine converged. In considering the legacy of the Incas, there is a profound sense of wonder at their ability to create a flourishing civilization in such an inhospitable landscape. Their story is one of ingenuity, resilience, and a deep-seated respect for the environment that nurtured them. And thus, as we descend from the heights of the Andes, we carry with us the echoes of their achievements, a reminder of the harmony that can exist between humanity and the natural world. In our exploration of the Incas, we find lessons that resonate with our own time: the importance of adapting to our environment, the value of sustainable practices, and the potential for human creativity to overcome the challenges posed by nature. And thus, as the Andean winds whisper through the ruins of Machu Picchu, we are left to ponder the enduring legacy of the Incas, a civilization that thrived at the top of the world.
In the heart of the Sahara, where the golden sands stretch like a vast ocean of time, whispering secrets of ages long past, lie the remnants of cities that once thrived against all odds. Their stories are gently buried beneath the shifting dunes, waiting patiently for the curious mind to uncover. In this immense desert, one might feel a solitude so profound it echoes into eternity. Yet beneath this quiet expanse, there was once a vibrant pulse of life, a tapestry of trade and culture, woven with threads of human resilience and ingenuity. Imagine, if you will, a place where the sun paints the landscape with hues of amber and crimson, where the horizon blurs into a mirage of shimmering mystery. Here, the ancient city of Timbuktu once stood as a beacon of knowledge and commerce, a crossroads of caravans and cultures. In the 14th century, this city was not just a name to be whispered by historians, but a bustling hub of intellectual exchange. Scholars from distant lands converged here, drawn by the allure of its famed libraries and the promise of enlightenment. It was said that the sands themselves carried whispers of the teaching shared within its walls. The Sahara, far from being an inhospitable void, was a bridge that connected diverse peoples and places. The Tuareg, the blue-robed nomads, were the guardians of these trade routes, their camels laden with gold, salt, and knowledge. Their journeys across the desert were not mere traversals of space, but of time and tradition, each step an echo of those who had passed before.
The route from Timbuktu to distant lands was a lifeline of exchange, where precious commodities were traded alongside ideas and stories, each enriching the tapestry of human experience. To the west, the city of Walata, now a humble village, once flourished as a key stop on this ancient network. Its walls, adorned with intricate geometric patterns, stood as a testament to the artistic spirit that flowed through its streets. These patterns, crafted with a meticulous hand, were more than mere decoration. They were a language in themselves, a silent communication of culture and identity. The architects of Walata were artists of the desert, drawing inspiration from the undulating sands in the vast skies above. Further east, the city of Ghadames, an oasis in the Libyan desert, offered respite to weary travelers. Its labyrinthine architecture, designed to shield its inhabitants from the harsh summer heat, speaks volumes of the ingenuity born out of necessity. The homes, with their whitewashed walls and palm-frond roofs, stood as a sanctuary, a cool haven amid the relentless desert. Here, the art of living harmoniously with the environment was perfected, a delicate balance between human need and nature's bounty. These cities, though now largely forgotten by the world, were once vibrant centers of civilization. They remind us that the desert, with its apparent emptiness, has always been a cradle of human innovation and adaptability. The stories of these lost cities are not merely tales of the past, but whispers of what might be achieved when humanity rises to meet the challenges of its environment with creativity and courage. As we reflect on the ephemeral nature of these once great cities, we are reminded that the sands of the Sahara are both a keeper and a teller of stories. They hold within them the dreams and aspirations of those who dared to build and thrive amid the dunes. These stories, like the grains of sand themselves, are countless and ever-shifting, waiting for the gentle hand of time or the curious mind to bring them to light once more. In contemplating the lost cities of the Sahara, we are invited to ponder the resilience of the human spirit, that tenacious thread that binds us to our ancestors, urging us to forge ahead into the unknown. As we journey through the sands of time, we find not just the echoes of past civilizations, but reflections of our own potential to adapt and flourish in the face of adversity. And so the Sahara, with its silent, endless dunes, becomes not just a desert, but a vast, open book of human history, a story still being written, one grain of sand at a time.
In the soft haze of northern Europe, where the gentle rains weave veils across rolling hills and ancient forests, the Celts once wove their own tapestry of life. These enigmatic peoples, whose presence stretched from the British Isles to the Iberian Peninsula and beyond, have left behind traces that speak in whispers, a language of stone and earth, of myth and spirit. As we venture into their world, we find ourselves drawn into the mysteries of the Celts, where nature and the divine were inseparable, and where the past seems to linger in the very air we breathe. The Celts were never a single unified nation, but rather a collection of tribes, each with its own customs and dialects. Yet they shared a common thread, a cultural tapestry that bound them together across distances and time. Their world was one of oral traditions, where stories were passed down through generations, each retelling adding a layer of color and depth. It is said that the Druids, the learned class among the Celts, were the keepers of this vast repository of knowledge, guiding their people not with written words, but with the power of spoken law. Imagine a landscape dotted with sacred groves and standing stones, where every tree might harbor a spirit, and every hill might conceal an ancient secret. The Celts held a deep reverence for the natural world, seeing it as a living embodiment of the divine. The forests were their cathedrals, the rivers their sacred streams. In such places, they sought communion with the gods, drawing strength and wisdom from the earth itself. The artifacts that remain, intricate talks of twisted gold, ornate shields, and delicate jewelry, speak of a people who held beauty in high regard. Their craftsmanship was not merely functional, but full of symbolism and meaning. Each motif, whether a swirling spiral or a fierce animal, was imbued with significance, a language of its own. These relics, unearthed from burial sites and hidden hoards, offer us glimpses into the lives of the Celts, hinting at a society rich in tradition and artistry. Yet it is their spiritual beliefs that capture our imagination most vividly. The Celts believed in an otherworld, a realm that lay parallel to our own, accessible through dreams, visions, and the thin places where the veil between worlds wore thin. The stories of the Sidhe, the fairy folk, speak of this otherworld, a place of beauty and danger, where time flows differently, and magic is as real as the wind in the trees. The cycles of nature were central to Celtic spirituality, with festivals marking the turning of the seasons. Samhain, the festival of the dead, marked the end of the harvest and the onset of winter, a time when the barrier between the living and the dead was at its most fragile. It was a time for honoring ancestors and embracing the mystery of life's continual cycle of death and rebirth. In their fires and feasts, we see echoes of a people deeply connected to the rhythms of the earth, acknowledging the darkness as part of the whole. Despite the passage of centuries, the spirit of the Celts endures. In the landscapes they once called home, their presence is felt in the place names that still echo their ancient tongues, in the stories that have woven themselves into the fabric of local folklore. The misty hills of Scotland, the rugged coasts of Ireland, the ancient woodlands of Wales, all hold a certain magic, a lingering sense that the past is never far away. As we reflect on the mysteries of the Celts, we are reminded of the delicate balance between the known and the unknown. Their world was one of wonder and reverence, a world where the seen and unseen danced together in harmony. And perhaps, as we listen to the whispers of the past carried on the winds, we find that their mysteries still have much to teach us about our own place in the vast, unfolding tapestry of life.
In the quiet expanse of the Earth's ancient landscape, we find a network of paths that stretch like delicate threads woven across a timeless tapestry. This is the Silk Road, a name that evokes both the whisper of the desert winds and the murmur of bustling bazaars, a place where cultures once converged in harmonious symphony. It is here, amidst these gentle paths, that the essence of human civilization found a crossroads, a meeting point where silks, spices, and stories traveled hand in hand. The Silk Road is not a single road, but rather a sprawling network of trade routes that connected the East and West, winding their way through the heart of Asia.
From the bustling markets of ancient China to the storied cities of the Mediterranean, these pathways bore witness to the exchange of goods, ideas, and culture. The routes were as varied as the landscapes they traversed, from the sweeping sands of the Gobi Desert to the towering peaks of the Pamir Mountains. Each stretch of the journey brought its own challenges and rewards. As we trace these paths, let us imagine the caravans laden with treasures both tangible and intangible. Silk, the fabric that gave the road its name, was among the most coveted commodities. Its shimmering threads, spun from the cocoons of silkworms, spoke of a distant land shrouded in mystery. But the Silk Road carried more than just silk. There were spices with aromas that could conjure far-off lands, and precious stones that sparkled like the night sky. Gold and silver exchanged hands, but so too did knowledge, religion, and art. Let us pause, then, to consider the merchants and travelers who embarked upon these journeys, braving the elements and the unknown. They were the lifeblood of the Silk Road, the thread that connected disparate cultures. Each traveler brought with them their own stories, their own beliefs, and in the process they wove together a rich tapestry of cultural exchange. We might imagine a merchant from the city of Xi'an setting out with a caravan of camels, their leathery feet padding softly on the sand. His journey would take months, perhaps even years, filled with both peril and promise. Along these routes, cities blossomed like oases in a desert, thriving on the commerce that the Silk Road brought. Samarkand, Bukhara, and Kashgar, names that echo with the allure of the exotic. These cities were melting pots of cultures, where traders from far-flung lands would meet, share meals, and exchange tales of their travels. The air would be thick with the scent of incense and the hum of languages foreign to the ear. In these bustling centers, the Silk Road was not just a channel of trade, but a conduit for cultural symbiosis. In our mind's eye, we see a traveler sitting by a campfire, the flames flickering in the cool night air. He listens intently as a storyteller recounts legends from Persia, tales of heroes and gods that have traversed the centuries. Perhaps he shares a story of his own, of dragons and emperors from the lands of the East. In this way, the Silk Road became a living library, where stories were exchanged along with goods, enriching each culture with the wisdom of another. The influence of the Silk Road extends beyond the physical realm. It was instrumental in the spread of religion, with Buddhism, Islam, and Nestorian Christianity finding new adherents as they traveled along these routes. The exchange of religious thought and practice was as impactful as the exchange of material goods, shaping societies and belief systems across continents. These spiritual journeys were as significant as the physical ones, leaving an indelible mark on history. As we journey further along the Silk Road, we encounter the art and science that traveled with the caravans. The exchange of knowledge was not bound by borders, and ideas flowed freely. The West learned of Chinese innovations such as papermaking and gunpowder, while the East absorbed the mathematical and astronomical advancements of the Islamic world. This intellectual cross-pollination fostered a renaissance of thought long before the term was coined, a testament to the enduring power of human curiosity and collaboration. In essence, the Silk Road was more than a mere trade route. It was a bridge between worlds, a testament to the human spirit's innate desire to explore, to connect, and to understand. It reminds us that civilization is not built in isolation, but through the meeting of minds and the sharing of stories. The Silk Road, with its myriad paths, stands as a symbol of our shared humanity, a reminder that even the most disparate cultures can find common ground. As we leave the Silk Road behind, let us carry with us the echoes of its history, the lessons it has to offer. It invites us to reflect on the ways in which we are all interconnected, bound by invisible threads that stretch across time and space. And perhaps, in the quiet moments of our own lives, we might pause to listen to the stories that the Silk Road still whispers on the winds of memory.
As we journey through the gentle tapestry of time, we find ourselves amidst the tranquil embrace of the Cambodian jungle. Here, nestled within the lush greenery, lies one of humanity's most intriguing wonders, the ancient city of Angkor. In the soft golden light of dawn, the temples stand like sentinels of a forgotten era, their silhouettes etched against the sprawling canvas of the sky. The air is thick with a sense of mystery, as though the very stones hum with secrets of a bygone age. The heart of this vast complex is Angkor Wat, a temple that rises like a crown from the earth, a testament to human ingenuity and devotion. Built in the early 12th century under the reign of King Surya Varman II, Angkor Wat was originally conceived as a Hindu temple dedicated to Vishnu. Over time, it transformed into a Buddhist monument, reflecting the shifts in spiritual and cultural tides. As we walk along its corridors, we are accompanied by the silent whispers of history, each stone a page, each carving a story. The artistry of Angkor is unparalleled. Intricate bas-reliefs adorn the walls, telling tales of epic battles, celestial beings, and the eternal dance of life and death. These carvings invite us to pause, to linger in contemplation of the hands that crafted them and the minds that imagined such beauty. The temple's layout is a microcosm of the Hindu universe, with its central tower symbolizing Mount Meru, the axis of the world. It is an architectural symphony, a harmonious blend of form and meaning. As we wander through these sacred halls, it becomes clear that Angkor was not merely a city, but a civilization in itself. At its zenith, it was home to nearly 1 million inhabitants, a bustling metropolis thriving in the heart of Southeast Asia. The Khmer Empire, of which Angkor was the capital, was a beacon of cultural and technological prowess. Its engineers devised sophisticated irrigation systems, enabling the cultivation of rice and supporting the city's vast population. The precision of these waterworks speaks of a deep understanding of nature's rhythms, a dance between humanity and the earth. Yet, as with all great stories, the tale of Angkor is one of both ascent and decline. The city's eventual fall remains shrouded in mystery, a poignant reminder of the impermanence of even the mightiest of civilizations. Scholars have long debated the causes of this decline. Some point to environmental changes, such as prolonged droughts that may have strained the intricate water systems upon which Angkor depended. Others suggest political strife and warfare as the empire faced pressure from neighboring kingdoms. The decline of Angkor invites us to ponder the delicate balance between human ambition and the forces of nature. It is a meditation on resilience and vulnerability, on the ways in which civilizations rise, flourish, and fade into the annals of history. The temples stand as both relics and lessons, silent yet eloquent reminders that the past is never truly gone, but merely transformed. As the sun sets, casting long shadows over the ancient stones, we are left with a sense of awe and reflection. The rise and fall of Angkor is not just the story of a city, but a reflection of our own journey through time.
It speaks to the universal human endeavor to reach beyond the mundane, to create, to leave a mark upon the world. In the gentle stillness of the night, as the jungle begins its own symphony of sounds, we are reminded that every end is but a new beginning. The echoes of Angkor continue to resonate not only in the physical remnants of its temples, but in the very fabric of human history. And so, as we leave this enchanted place, we carry with us the quiet whisper of its legacy, a gentle reminder of the beauty and fragility of all that we build.
In the quiet expanse of human curiosity, few stories have captivated our collective imagination quite like the legend of Atlantis. This enigmatic realm, whispered through the corridors of time, beckons us with its promise of mystery and the allure of a civilization lost to the depths. It is a tale that has woven itself into the tapestry of our cultural consciousness, leaving us to ponder the echoes of a world that might have been. The story of Atlantis begins with the ancient Greek philosopher Plato, whose dialogues in Timaeus and Critias provide the earliest known references to the island. According to Plato, Atlantis was a powerful and advanced civilization that existed around 9,000 years before his time. The Atlanteans, he claimed, had built a utopian society with grand architecture, advanced technology, and a harmonious way of life. Yet, as the tale unfolds, it reveals a civilization that succumbed to its own hubris, angering the gods, and, as a result, being submerged beneath the ocean waves in a single catastrophic night. As we consider the narrative of Atlantis, we find ourselves at the intersection of myth and history. Could such a civilization have existed? Or is it merely a cautionary tale woven from the mind of a philosopher? Many have speculated about the possible locations of Atlantis, with theories ranging from the Mediterranean to the Caribbean and even Antarctica. Each theory, while intriguing, offers no definitive proof, leaving us adrift in an ocean of speculation. Some scholars suggest that Plato's account was allegorical, a metaphor for the rise of civilizations, and a reflection on the impermanence of human achievement. Others, however, are captivated by the possibility that Atlantis was real, a sophisticated society lost to the annals of history. This duality, the balance between myth and reality, is what gives the tale of Atlantis its enduring appeal. It invites us to question our understanding of history and to imagine the possibilities of what might lie hidden beneath the surface. Science has sought to unravel the mystery through geology and archaeology. The Earth's crust is a dynamic canvas, ever changing and reshaping itself over millennia. Ancient cataclysms, such as volcanic eruptions and earthquakes, have the power to transform landscapes and erase civilizations from existence. Yet, despite our technological prowess and scientific insight, Atlantis remains elusive, a riddle that continues to defy definitive answers. In contemplating Atlantis, we are reminded of other lost cities and civilizations, such as the Minoans of Crete, whose advanced society was similarly thought to be wiped out by natural disaster. The ruins of Knossos, with their labyrinthine corridors and vibrant frescoes, whisper of a time when the Minoans thrived, only to be brought low by the eruption of Thera. Perhaps in the fate of the Minoans, we glimpse a shadow of the Atlantean saga, a reminder of nature's indomitable power and the fragility of human endeavor. The legend of Atlantis also calls upon us to reflect on the broader concept of lost knowledge. Throughout history, countless innovations and achievements have been forgotten, only to be rediscovered centuries later.
The Antikythera, an ancient Greek analog computer, lay dormant beneath the sea for over 2,000 years before it was uncovered, revealing the advanced scientific knowledge of its creators. Such discoveries kindle the hope that one day we might unlock the secrets of Atlantis, or at least understand its origins. Yet, perhaps the true beauty of Atlantis lies not in its discovery, but in its mystery. It serves as a canvas for our imagination, a narrative that encourages us to dream beyond the confines of our current reality. It reminds us of the richness and depth of human culture, the stories that bind us, and the unending quest for knowledge that defines our species. As we drift through the echoes of Atlantis, we are lulled by the gentle rhythm of exploration and wonder. In the silence of the night, as stars twinkle above the vast ocean, we are left with the comforting thought that some mysteries are meant to endure, inviting us to ponder and dream. Atlantis, whether real or imagined, remains a beacon in the sea of our curiosity, a timeless tale that continues to inspire and enchant. As we draw this gentle exploration of ancient civilizations to a close, let us pause amidst the quiet echoes of history to consider the timeless whispers that have traveled through the ages to reach us here in this moment. The stones of ancient cities, long worn by the patient passage of time, still stand as silent custodians of stories yet to be fully understood, tales that beckon us to lean in closer, to listen with open hearts and inquisitive minds. In these ancient places, we find a tapestry woven with the threads of countless lives, each thread a testament to human endeavor, curiosity, and resilience. The pyramids, temples, and ruins we've wandered through are not merely relics of the past. They are bridges connecting us to our shared human journey, inviting us to reflect on the enduring nature of our quest for knowledge and meaning. History, in its vastness, offers us the luxury of perspective, a gentle reminder that the challenges we face today have, in various forms, been encountered many times before. Ancient civilizations, with their triumphs and tribulations, teach us that innovation and adaptation are as old as humanity itself. They whisper that while the particulars of our world may change, the essence of our human experience remains surprisingly constant. Consider the city of Pompeii, frozen in time by volcanic ash, a poignant reminder of the forces of nature that shape our world, an invitation to marvel at both the fragility and tenacity of life. In its streets, we see reflections of ourselves, echoes of daily routines and dreams, a testament to the timeless dance between creation and destruction. The ancient Egyptians, with their grand monuments and intricate hieroglyphs, beckon us to ponder the mysteries of existence and the afterlife. Their reverence for the cosmos and the cycles of nature speaks to a deep understanding of the interconnectedness of all things. Through their legacy, we are reminded of the importance of pausing to consider the universe beyond us, to look upwards and wonder at the stars as they once did. The Mayan cities, with their soaring pyramids and celestial calendars, offer insight into a people who lived in harmony with the rhythms of the earth and sky. Their advanced understanding of mathematics and astronomy serves as a reminder of the human capacity for intellectual achievement. They invite us to appreciate the beauty of science and art intertwined, and to find inspiration in the pursuit of knowledge for its own sake. As we listen to these whispers from the past, we are encouraged to embrace both the known and the unknown,
History is not merely a record of events, but a living dialogue between then and now, a conversation that continues to unfold with each new discovery and insight. It is a reminder that our own stories are part of this grand narrative, each of us a whisper in the vast expanse of time. In the quiet presence of these ancient cities, we find a mirror reflecting our deepest hopes and fears, our aspirations and regrets. They remind us that while we are but fleeting guests in the grand theater of history, our actions and choices ripple forward, touching lives yet to come. So, as we gently close this chapter of exploration, let us carry with us the timeless lessons of those who came before. Let us walk thoughtfully, with curiosity and humility, knowing that the past is both a guide and a companion on our journey. May we cherish the stories that shape us, and may we contribute our own whispers to the tapestry of time, mindful of the enduring legacy we leave for those who will one day look back upon our era, seeking wisdom and wonder in the echoes of our lives. And now we drift softly into the night, cradled by the gentle embrace of history's ancient lullaby, where the past and present entwine in a serene dance of continuity. In this stillness, may we find peace, perspective, and a quiet sense of belonging to something far greater than ourselves.